things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I've been asked about this a few times about ultra short throw applications for the advanced ambient light projection 38 Black Widow, and yes, it is ultra short throw compatible. Sorry if the screen seems a little bit crooked there. My wall doesn't completely lay flat, and this is why we had to build a 150-inch screen in here for the P2 once it reaches here, once we finish out the room, because like I said, the wall doesn't lay flat, and we're gonna have the screens actually stand a little bit away from the wall, so that way we can get the lay nice and flat. All right, so getting back to what we're using over here. So we're using a $60 used eBay projector. I think this projector is an XGA. I think it's around 2,000 or 3,000 lumens. Sorry, 3,600 lumens, and it's around 3,000 or 2,000 to 1 contrast ratio. Not a lot of contrast ratio at the end of the day. So this is the projector I use downstairs to display up the floor, and this is the one we're using up here for this demonstration. So is the technology ultra short throw compatible? Yes, it is. So one of the things you have to worry about when it comes to ultra short throws, and especially when it comes to darker screens, is can the image pull up on an angle? Because one of the problems I have when people talk about ultra short throw setups is you don't want to go through the narrow viewing cone effect, and that's where the screen basically can see it from the front, but you can't see it from the side. All right, so we're going to pull up some video demonstrations here. And the beautiful thing about this technology is that the screen paint we developed, it is OLED-like. It is super jet black. Oh, I forgot. No, put my hand here. I forgot the projectors over there. It is super jet black. So at the end of the day, you're going to be able to pull contrast level regardless if your projector has 100 to 1 or a 200 to 1 or a 2,000 to 1 or 3,000 to 1. You will pull a contrast level equal to a projector of a 2 million to 1 and up because the screen is physically jet black. Something you don't have to worry about when it comes to dealing with gray screens or white screens that have this issue where they can't pull up contrast or color. All right, so let's show you a couple of demonstrations here. Let's start off with the contrast demonstration I like to do here, the one with the heavy black makeup on. I love this demonstration. It's actually done quite nicely. There we go. So as you can see, with a projector that cost me 60 bucks that I picked up over, excuse me for a minute, hold on a minute. Pause this minute. Let me bring the sound up a little bit there. I'm not dressed for the day. I'm looking a little crazy. But let's bring the sound up a little bit on this one. We're going back. Let's see that here. All right, that's better. There we go. Sorry about that. We're setting up for another demonstration over there. So it just shows you at the end of the day that you don't have to have an expensive, overpriced projector that's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Because keep in mind, when you pay for that 2 million to 1 or whatever contrast, this is something you're going to pay for. You're not getting this for free. So when it comes to our technology, you don't have to have an expensive contrast rating. Like I said, you can have 2,000, you can have 100. It doesn't really make a difference at the end of the day. This is a physical black screen, and you're still going to be able to pick up the contrast levels equal to a projector of a 2 million and up with no problem. So as you can see when I explained about contrast levels, the background must remain black at all times, especially when you're doing OLED demonstrations. And I know some demonstrations you can do this in poorly lit environments due to the fact that they need that dark environment. They need to calibrate the projector. They need to have the high-end projector to pick up a somewhat of a decent, I can't say black level, I'm gonna go with gray level. Physically, they're not seeing black, they're seeing shades of gray. Where in this technology, you are picking up 100% contrast. Now this is the same screen we had outside at 150 inches, around 27 feet back at 4,000 lumens. I picked up that amazing image in a snowstorm. If you're curious to see that demonstration, I will post it below. All right, let's pick up some LG Beta Fish.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now the reason why I like to use these low-end projectors is because at the end of the day, my customers don't have to worry about paying all this money out for an expensive projector at the end of the day. You know, some people pay all the money for the bells and whistles because of this, because of that. And this technology we have here will give you even enhancements for 720p projectors. Meaning you don't have to spend all this money just in order to get a beautiful image because you think you have to pay more. You don't. right, let's go from here. I'm going to pull up, let me see what we need right here. Let's go over to 4K snow screensavers.
Getting that from YouTube.
So we can show the white levels on the technology. So there's our white levels. I'm going to take a walk around to show you that the screen is going to pull up. So it doesn't make a difference if we're here. That screen is going to pull up at a 190-degree viewing angle without washing out, fading, or getting the narrow viewing cone effect, which is caused by screens at the end of the day that can't pull up an image from side to side due to the fact that they will go dark. This black technology can pull up an image at a 190-degree viewing angle without the image becoming too dark or washing out. It can maintain its white levels with no problem. I mean, heck, did it in the middle of a snowstorm. Let's come over here and let's grab some of the snow dogs or snow wolves. At the end of the day, I really don't want to spend the money for the P2. I mean, this projector looks absolutely amazing on the screen. And again, people pay for this projector because of that contrast ratio and all the bells and whistles, but we're going to show you some really interesting stuff with the P2 versus the $60 projector. Now, as you see in this demonstration, we have two forms of white levels going off. You have the wolf, which has a different white level here, a different white level here, and then after that, you see the snow. Two different forms of white levels going off at the same time. Now, so for my projector is around, I paid about 60 bucks for it when I first got it. I got about 5 of these upstairs. They range from 60 to anything under 200 bucks. That's it. All right, let's grab our stuff. The other snow wolf. It's one thing to notice when I do demonstrations on our technology, I would not shy away from white levels. I love showing off white levels on the technology. Now, this right here is using around 60% of the heightener technology. What we have in the counters from downstairs is a full 100. We'll be painting 145 in the next room. That is a multi-screen setup in there. So I got some areas on that wall are completely flat. I can use an ultra short throw on that wall. So we're going to be doing ultra short throw, 600 by 800 res. We're going to do all different forms of projectors just to show you the screen is going to fire up all these projectors with no problem whatsoever. Here's showing up our white levels again. Let's go with Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Skyworth food demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
There we go. Take our walk around the screen. Now, sorry about the condition of the room. We are doing some work in here. I am planning to paint this room today all white, bone white, to have the black screens on display. We want to make this room as bright as possible, so that's what we're working on right now. I should have the paint job done today. I got a little sand in here with the putty, but we should have that done today. So we can have this room ready for display. So here I'm all the way on an angle here. Picks up with no problem whatsoever. Now this is a one coat application, which means it only takes one coat to apply to the surface. No priming is needed. Low VOC, eco-friendly, and at the end of the day, sorry about that, washes off with basic hot water and soap. Do not get this on your clothes. It's gonna be really hard to come off. At the end of the day, if you're painting, you should be wearing some old paint gear at the end of the day. If you're going to be spraying this on, we do advise, we like to use the Wagner 250 paint sprayer. If you have something else that you like to use, you can also use it also too. This can be applied on anything you want, except for two things, stucco and a form of polyester tarp will not work with the product. See how beautiful the white levels are, as you can see. Different shades of white level from her skin tone to the shirt. Items put nice and bright in the background. I tell you something, the 38 Black Widow is one of the best screen paints, the darkest screen paints. We call it OLED-like. Produces amazing contrast levels, fantastic white levels. I think this is going to be the best seller of all screen paints. All right, let's come out of here. Let's go pop over and show some other things over here. I'm checking out a few things on here. Keep in mind, you're watching a black level on the screen. You're not picking up shades of gray. You're picking up a 100% contrast level on a projector that doesn't have the capability to do so. Let's go walk around the screen again. I do like walking around the screen to show off the angle game of the screen. So we'll stand here. All right. We'll stand here. This is very important that you see that you can watch the screen from any angle without the screen washing out or becoming dark around the edges. Now, we're going to have this available in two sizes. We're going to have it in 32 ounces. 32 ounces will paint a screen size of 100 inch to 120 inch, 16.9. That price tag will be for the product around $312. For the larger kit at 48 ounces, we'll paint a screen size of 100 inch to 160 inches. That price will be $556. We have free worldwide shipping, which means anywhere you live in the world, we can ship it to you for free, no surcharges. Yes, you can use a projector for under $200 ultra short throw on this technology and have an amazing image in a fully lit environment. I think that is going to be the selling point right there. Because most people, when they're dealing with ultra short throw projectors, the first thing they think about, this is going to cost me a lot of money for the projector. Not so. Let's go over and let's grab this one. Now we're already setting up for about 60 of them each, 60 units each for each shopping cart. Two ways you can go about getting the product. If you are on the pre-order list, you'll have one. If there is a slot open on the pre-order list, you will get one. We're only going to do 120, which means 60 per shopping cart for this probably next month, and then the month after that, we're going to have it fully stocked. In between that, you'll see a lot of demonstrations being done on motorized projection screens, fixed screen screens, all different forms of fabric, outdoor screens. We want to make sure that our customers see so many different ways they can utilize the technology. We'll be doing 3D mapping applications for those who are going to be using this for other things besides watching movies. So there's a lot of cool things we're going to be doing with it. I figured if I had done this demonstration right off the bat with the P2, that would not have been a challenge. That's an overhype. It's not an overhyped projector, but at the end of the day, not for us. It's an overhyped projector for us. To do this on a projector of $60 and to get an image that's good, much more impressive presentation. Because at the end of the day, my customers can look at that projector and go, huh, I can afford that. You can't afford it. Even at $200, you can afford it. No calibrating, nothing. Now, if I went out and I have a $3,000 projector, did this demonstration right off the bat, people looking at this saying, oh, $3,000. Some will say they can afford it, but most will say, I don't know if I want to spend that kind of money for a projector at the end of the day. Got bills to pay. That's why we stick to these old-fashioned old projectors, because anybody can afford them. And at the end of the day, this is a projector that most people will skip over because they'll think, no, it's not going to be able to give me the image that I want. This is 720p we're using right now. So that means your options have widened beyond belief. Because now when you go online and go shop for a projector, you have to pull your hair out trying to figure out if I got enough contrast, or what about the color and all that. No, the screen does all that for you. Just as long as you get a name brand, you're good to go. Now I got 5 of these upstairs that I can take downstairs and set up anywhere in my house with this technology. 5. When I go shop for a projector, my shopping for a projector is different from most people. I don't care if it's 720p, I don't care if it has 100:1 contrast, we don't care at the end of the day, because guess what? That screen over there, it's going to make that projector look incredible. This next GA, don't care. Did a walk around. This shows people at the end of the day that even if you're on a 190-degree viewing angle, if I come out of this room and go, boom, I should be able to see that screen. I love how that Sony pops up and it's jet black. I love that part so much. Let's go over to, I don't want to do the LG Jazz. It's just so easy to do. I don't do that one. So that black level comes up, that's how it's supposed to be. When you're watching any demonstration involves contrast levels, you should be able to do that in a fully lit environment. That's why I can't express enough. When you do contrast levels, they're to be done in a fully lit environment. If I do this mainly in the dark, and I'm doing these tests in the dark, what's going to happen is when I turn the lights on, never testing the screen in a fully lit environment, it's going to wash out. And that's going to be a problem for my customers at the end of the day, because my customers don't want their living room to look like a cave at the end of the day. That's the whole purpose of the whole ultra short throw projector. That you can have the big screen experience without having the movie theater experience in your home. You can have that TV-like experience. I freaking love it so much. That's beautiful. All right, see what else we got to get here. Let's grab this one over here. Close. No washout, no calibrating, none of that nonsense at the end of the day. Now keep in mind, if you think it looks just impressive with the lights on, a friend of mine said, imagine with the lights out. Yeah, they're actually quite breathtaking with the lights out. But you have options at the end of the day. If I want to sit here and I want to read a book, if I want to stare out the window, whatever I want to do, I can do that. Because the technology is designed to do so. I got to keep my windows open because I have something coming in today. Sorry about the noise in the back. Now I like to do these demonstrations live when I'm doing my test demonstrations, because these are demonstrations we post to the website, which are usually going to the website today. And this is allowing you to see the demonstration in real time. So that way you can see that everything here is accurate. Nothing's been smoke and mirrors. We have no dark environments, none of that nonsense going on. We have veneer curtains here, and we have veneer curtains there, plenty of light transferring through. I don't think we really have to talk much about ambient light projection after yesterday's demonstration, but I'm going to be posting that in the blog because you haven't seen that one yet. As we did a demonstration outside in the snow. I particularly like, I don't know which ones I like more, the burning fireplace or the falling snow. But I have all of them. Now, just to let you know that when this product was developed, it was developed in the max out zone, which we have downstairs. That's all that ambient light hitting the screen where meters don't pick up. This is where all our technology is developed in that area. If it can survive down there, it can survive up here with no problem. The max out zone has very, very abnormal lights, a lot of light down there, which we prefer. We test our products to have as much light as possible. So there we are. We have our, over here, the light coming in. Let's see how bright the environment is. That's why I want to get this area, when we paint this area is going to be bright, bright white. We want as much light to reflect in this area as possible. Even down to the floors. Let's get out of that real quick. And let's see, I'm going to go over to something else real quick. I want to see some skin tones on here, which is very important. Let's see. I like this particular video because it has some very, very good skin tones on here, which is something that needs to be seen with the projector. We have to do these. These are very important. I like this video because a lot of bright skin tones, very important, especially when you're doing black screens and when you're doing ultra short throw demonstrations. Because the first thing I hear from customers, well, is the image going to come up too dark? What about the white levels? You're not going to have a problem with this. Mind you, this is only 60% of heightener technology. The one we had downstairs, the one that was sprayed on the screen outside, that is 100% heightener. Sorry about that. Cough drops. Yeah, cough drops are downstairs. I never had them over here. How? Never had cough drops over here. And at the end of the day, people, we give all glory to our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, who blesses us with amazing technology. I learned a few things along the way of working with black technology, especially basically you put your faith in the Lord. Never say anything is going to be your last, because you never know what He has plans. So we literally thought that the Phantom was going to be the last one. We gave it the name Final. I think you should have got permission from him first before giving that, because I would have never guessed we would have ever gotten anything darker. Let me go grab something else. I don't know why they put such a fat girl on here. I'm going to do this one right here. Try to put a little bit of everything on here. Now mind you, this is 720p, $60, outdated, used eBay projector. Not 4K, not even 1080p. Now the projector I have back here is 1080p. This one over here is only 720p. Now And what I like about having the multi-screen setup, which we're going to be doing pretty soon once the paint gets here, you ready for that? We're going to be set up multiple projectors. So you'll get to see it on short throw. You'll see that 720p and 1080p all at the same time. Once we get the 4Ks in here, then you'll be able to see 4K, 1080p, 720p all at the same time. Look how gorgeous that image is. Let's go take a walk. I like to do the corners, so we can do from side to side because I don't want people to think, I want people to know that at the end of the day, that you're going to be able to see that screen from here all the way around with no problem. Now, as for ceiling light projection screens, as I said before, at the end of the day, when that screen is gray or white, but most likely gray, you won't see contrast and you won't be able to pick up color. With this technology, you will pull up everything that you need. I don't like doing the dark environments. I have to give the screen a little bit of a challenge here because, as I said before, I really don't consider ultra short throw projectors to be much of a challenge because you're sitting right up on top of the screen. So I have to put a little challenge of moving the teeth on that. So let's get our curtains up a little bit more in here. We can have more light in here. There we go. So over here I have my window exposed, plenty of light coming through, so we can see that. Panasonic 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go with, let's see. Oh, completely butchered it. Panasonic 4K demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I don't know why they keep giving me this strange video every single time. I don't know why. It's a singer, but they spell the name completely different from Panasonic. And they give me Pioneer. I just took the Pioneer. So as you can see, we pulled up the shears right there, veneer curtains. Now that's what I'm not going to do because that's right over by my neighbor. We can see right into his house from here. Our houses are lined up. Got the windows open here. Overhead's on. And that's what we have. Now as you can see, no dark corners. No shadows, none of that nonsense. Fully lit environment. I like to keep my videos as real as possible. Now the light we have in here is not affecting the screen in any way whatsoever. Showing that one just in case if my cartoon cat decides he wants to pop in and start with his shenanigans. Sorry if you see me sweeping up on camera. Like I said, my demonstrations, I keep them as real as possibly. I've never been one into special effects or, I don't know, just like to keep it as real as can be. So my customers at the end of the day know exactly what they're getting. They're not getting a bunch of nonsense. I just love the fact that this technology is doing everything that we need it to do at the end of the day. All right, hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you for your time. I'm Kenneth Burke from Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Have a wonderful evening. We'll be back on later on for some more demonstrations. As for the ultra short throw demonstration test, it has passed with flying colors. Thank you all, and God bless.